Welcome to Scribble Lab, where we have the question of the day, which is, why are raccoons so stinking cute when they are such naughty little creatures? I don't know, but this guy is going to be fun to draw, so let's take a look at his basic shapes here. His head shape is a flattened oval. I want to call it a jelly bean shape, just like that. His nose is an oval shape that overlaps that. His eyes are ovals, like that. His ears are upside down V's, rounded V's. His legs and body are a little bit trickier. We've got some major layering happening here. The first layer is kind of an egg shape, like that. That's the back of his body. His front legs are ovals. And then of course he has this oval-shaped tail. I'm using my iPad Pro and Adobe Draw for these drawings, but you can follow along with paper, pencil, marker, and any colors that you want to use. So let's begin sketching. Be sure to draw lightly because we're going to do a lot of erasing, as always. Let's start with this flattened line that's curved to the side like that, because he's going to tilt his head to the side. And then from there, let's do kind of a rainbow arch. If you want his head to be a little bit bigger, go ahead and adjust that. That's why we draw lightly, so that we can make mistakes without worrying too much about ruining the whole project. Okay, the bottom here, I'm going to go ahead and erase a little bit of line, because I'm going to pop in an oval for his nose right about here, halfway over that line. Inside that oval is going to be a smaller oval. Now, have you ever drawn birds in the sky that they make kind of this mustache shape, or maybe an upper lip shape? It does, it looks like lips. We're going to make that shape on his eyes right there. So we're going to start right over here. Just like that. And that's going to serve two purposes. Number one, it's going to separate the gray color of his head from the white color here. And it's also going to give us a little shape to put some fuzz on the side of his face, which is just going to be like that. We're going to do a couple of zigzags here. The interior lines can be erased like that. Now for the eyes, we're going to take a round curved line just like that on each side. And then inside that, we're going to draw another curved line towards the nose. Start at the top and curve towards the nose. And you're going to do that same line inside the circle one more time, like that. It looks a little crazy right now, but it'll make sense later. His ears are, do you see how his head is tilted down a little bit and his ears overlap his head quite a bit? We're going to start his ears right about here and do an upside down V, curve back down to the head. Do that on the other side as well. I find it's easiest to erase the line inside of his ear from his head. And that just gives the illusion that he's tilting his head down. From the tip of the ear, you're going to pull a line down here, and then do a few zigzag hairs out, like that. If you need to erase some of the line that you already have there, go ahead and do that. The other ear. Underneath the right eye, we're going to draw a slightly curved line like this, and then curve it back up halfway back to the nose. Underneath that, we're going to draw two lines that parallel each other like that, And then we're going to round off the bottom like that. Okay, the other leg is going to come down from the other eye, and it's going to curve down about the same distance. All right, now this bottom of this leg is going to do the same thing, 2 lines down and round out the bottom. And you can have the feet touch if you want. They don't have to touch, but it's cute either way. And then we need to get his chest line in, which is going to be right about there. His back leg is going to come out here into another drumstick shape, kind of like that. And then his little back leg is just round right there. His tail is going to be an oval that comes out right there. We're going to draw a belly line right here and right there. Now all he's missing is his other little foot where you can barely see it. It's just right back here. Okay, those are his basic shapes. Now I'm going to have you erase all of your pencil lines really, really light. If you need to pause the video to erase more, go ahead and do that, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with his nose. The inside of his nose gets filled in with black here, like that. The lines of black that go around his eyes. I'm going to zoom in so you can see what I'm doing with the eyes. This outer line is going to curve in, the inner line curves in, and then I'm going to draw a circle inside. Now everything around that little circle gets filled in, but you want to leave this area white. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to go with this lip shape here. Continue it around to the nose. And I like to fill this area in with black. That's what gives him the signature bandit look. Start off with the ears, up and down, inside of the ear with all the fuzz, other ear, inside with the fuzz, zigzagging out, top of his head. Okay, this is where you're going to have to pay attention to your lines because we haven't drawn in the fur yet. When you draw fur, don't make big exaggerated zigzags like that. It's better to make very small rough edge like this. Do the same kind of zigzag line on his chest, around his other leg. The line on his back is going to be quite smooth, but then it'll get rough the further down on his leg you go, like that. Let's get those feet in. His belly line is probably pretty furry. I guess I've never examined a raccoon that closely, but I'm guessing it's furry. His back leg. His tail would have slight zigzag lines up until the end, and then it's going to be a smooth circle. And then it's going to get zigzaggy again. You see how I didn't really stick to my original drawing there? It's okay if you make adjustments as you go. That's totally fine. If you want to put a little mischievous smile on him, now's a good time. The last thing we need to do is add some stripes on his tail. Now the key to adding stripes to a raccoon's tail is to make sure that the lines are curved because that helps show that his tail is round. When you have a straight line on a rounded surface, the line looks curved, like that. I'm going to fill those in with black. Now you are ready to erase your pencil lines. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and do that. Now it's time to color. This is going to go fast because I'm on an iPad. Yours is going to take longer if you are using pencil. I like to make him a nice light gray color, and then the areas under his belly and at the tip of his, not the tip of his tail, but the back of his tail here is going to be a little bit darker because of shadow. His inside of his ears is going to be a little bit darker. I'm going to make this a little bit darker, as well as his feet. And that's it. Did you know you could draw a raccoon? Well, you can, and you can put him on a background, any kind of background you want. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you will subscribe and come back. We'll see you next time. Bye.